dengan DHA dan EPA sebagai nutrisi jaringan otak.
Vidoran, Vidoran, aku tunggu ya lomba Pabam Kids Vidoran di kotamu. Cerdas dan pintar,
Ku beri Vidoran Smart
Vidoran.
dengan DHA dan EPA sebagai nutrisi jaringan otak.
Vidoran, Vidoran, aku tunggu ya lomba Pabam Kids Vidoran di kotamu. Cerdas dan pintar,
Ku beri Vidoran Smart
Vidoran.
dengan DHA dan EPA sebagai nutrisi jaringan otak.
Vidoran, Vidoran, aku tunggu ya.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh no, I messed up the overlay. What's going on, everyone? How goes it tonight? Ismger, Binary Swordsman, Rylon, Shuffles the Drummer, Awesome Dude, 9 months in a row. It's Twitch Baby anyway, it's kind of weird. Just want to say hi, Seth. No, I've been around for the past week or so, been super busy working. Surprisingly got a girlfriend somehow. She's awesome and plays Magic. Well, congrats, Awesome Dude, and thank you so much for the resub. What's up, Rolf a Man MTG, friends who Amphidis, Nicole Bolas, Bot Punchels, Mr. T Vigors. What's going on tonight, everyone? Good to see ya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's Vidoran night. I still have no clue what Vidoran means. Dragon Mage 28, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. That wasn't a very good scoops cheer. There we go. That's better. What's up tonight, everyone? How goes it? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for the subs. 1 second. Yeah, video overlay is messed up. It's the wrong deck. Steel Wolf, 9 months in a row, 9 months of supporting great content and better people. Well, thank you so much, Scoops Cheer. Steel Wolf, have a big Scoops Cheer. Thank you so much for the resub. And Kyonic and Croaker MTG, welcome you both back 2 and 7 months respectively. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big Scoops Cheer for both of you. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the subs. Greatly appreciated. I think I almost have the right overlay. Thankfully, can do it pretty quick. So what does everyone think about the new spoilers? That's the big news. The big spoiler news. I think Hour of Devastation is looking pretty amazingly sweet so far. Pretty happy with it. What do you think about the gods? I mean, they're kind of the Chase Mythics. Oh my goodness, I'm missing subs. I'm not seeing, where's the overlay? Okay, there we go. All right, fixed it. I fixed it. We have some new subscriber, Neil Moth MTG, and also Jay Zoller, 9 months in a row. Here's to 9 more months of getting wrecked by Tron, and Claire Death. Welcome you all to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Big scoops cheers for all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can sub up in the top of the video, I believe. There should be a little sub box you can click on. So we probably should talk spoilers. It's kind of traditional to talk about the new spoilers. We're not going to go super in depth. There's videos on the YouTube channel if you want that, but we might as well talk about them a little bit. The new cards that popped up today, at least. So, I mean, the newest stuff we got, the Scarab God, I think it's my favorite of the gods. I think it might be the best of the gods. for standard, I mean. I think it's the most powerful. The ability to make 4/4s from your graveyard for 4 mana, I think is the single strongest ability on the gods. But they're all super sweet and super flavorful. Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded, kind of a new Grizzlebrand type card. I think it's going to be powerful. I can't imagine you want it over real Grizzlebrand, though, in Modern or someplace like that. Pretty excited for Nimble Obstructionist. Seems like it could be Modern playable. The ability to cycle it to, like, counter a fetch land activation or something makes an uncounterable Stifle for 3 mana, which is pretty spicy. Ronus' Last Stand. This is the one I got to hear opinions on. What do you think about Ronus' Last Stand? These cards are they're so controversial, and I don't know what to think about them. Let me see you, Rolf, the MTG man. You and your friend are building a deck. Grixis 8 Delver. Ooh, got the Bone Picker Delver. It looks good. I think the question's going to be how consistently can you Bone Picker? I guess you can Lightning Bolt something on turn 2 and Bone Picker. Also, on turn 3 you can Terminate. I think that's a challenge with Bone Picker, is just if you can get it down quick enough. Nemoth MTG. So programs, I do all my recording with OBS, which I found to be easiest and best. And then for editing, I use Lightworks, which apparently is horrible, but I am used to it, so... I don't think this is new music. It shouldn't be new music. I think we just haven't heard this song in a while. Not enough support for Ronus' Last Stand. Yeah, I mean, skipping your turn is a huge cost. It seems slightly better in Modern when you can use Mana Dorks or something, but I don't know. So we'll have to see, but I think Hour of Devastation is shaping up nicely, and pretty excited for it. So anyway, let's do our reminders, and then we got to talk about Vidoran, this deck. If anyone knows what Vidoran means, is it just a weird name, and it's named after the kids' vitamins in the song? All right, I should probably play the video too. This is what started. So I'm building the deck tech. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm building the deck tech. I'm like, I know people are going to ask me what Vidoran means. I have no idea what Vidoran means. So I go to Google, I type it in, and the first thing that pops up is this. This is the very first thing that pops up.
Kuberi Vidoran Smart dengan DHA dan EPA sebagai nutrisi jaringan otak.
So, I mean, maybe it's just named after a kid's vitamin, but why? Why would you name your deck after a kid's vitamin? I just don't get it. So, I don't know. If anyone knows, you'll have to let me know, because I'm still so confused. You got to be smart to play the deck. That could be it. The Magic Badger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoop Skier for our new subscriber. And happy birthday to Rolsey63. Big happy birthday to you. All right, so let's do our reminders. YouTube channel. We had an Against the Odds go up last night featuring Throne of the God Pharaoh, which was pretty sweet. The deck wasn't super crazy, not one of the crazier Against the Odds. It was kind of a black-green aristocrat style deck, but I think the deck is actually pretty solid, and Throne of the God Pharaoh was pretty impressive. Also, daily spoiler videos, Commander Clash, and some super sweet stuff. Really excited. This is one of the weeks. Well, thank you, Uderol64. I'm super excited for Budget Magic next week. It's one of those weeks where I'm just, I think the deck is super sweet. Opponents hate it. I love it. It's going to be really long matches, so you're going to have, like, I don't know, hours and hours of Budget Magic content to watch because they're all so long. But the deck's super sweet. I really think this is one of those legit standard deck Budget Magic episodes, so I'm super excited for that. Yeah, so check that out. The replay YouTube, where you can find this stream in the future and all the other old streams. So subscribe to that if you haven't. And of course, the merch page, if you're looking for another way to support the stream and the channel and the site, you can do that. Also, donations are available down below. So if you want to donate directly to me, that's how you can do it. $2 or more and you get your message read on stream. Can we get some spoilers for Commander Clash this week? What is our theme for Commander Clash? I always get confused because we're working a week behind. Oh, so this should be the second Richard week. And what do we do for second? Oh, no, we already did the movie one. I actually don't remember. We actually played Blue Steel on stream, and I did not have much success with it. But Zach is apparently doing well with it. And Zach makes really sweet decks, so that part's super sweet. Yeah, so I think it's another Richard episode this week because there were 2 Richard episodes, and then Tom will be back. He just got back. He's engaged, so congratulations to Tom on his engagement. Anyway, let's talk Vidoran, and this deck. And then we can start playing some matches. Then we can chat about whatever. We can talk about Zach Elsick and Blue Steel or Hour of Devastation. Or whatever, against the odds. Favorite animes. I am not an anime fan. I have watched basically 0 animes in my life. It's just never really been my thing. What do you think about the blue-black taking turns deck that finished 7th at Vegas? The X4 sleeved one. It looked pretty sweet. It's cool to see taking turns in general making a resurgence. Like, the Bant deck has been doing well that we played, and then Elian Trozdi picked it up and adapted it and took a top 8 at the SCG Classic with it. And then the blue-black one, and there's been mono-blue turn. So it's cool to just see the archetype in general kind of getting an increase in popularity. What's up, Mind Trick? If I have 150-ish ticks to spend, what deck should I play in Modern? Blue Steel or Mono Green Belcher? Mono Green Belcher? Is that the 8-land Travis Wu deck or whatever? We have a donation from Awesome Dude. Hi again, hope life is good. Not to be picky, but could you make sure the basics are pretty? Also, why are there 61 cards? Oh, I always miss the end of it. So, I will read the rest of the message. Thank you for the donation, Awesome Dude. Definitely appreciate it. Why are there 61 cards? Is this one of the deck text decks I didn't see? Yes, this is one of our instant deck tech decks. It just came up yesterday. It was pretty recent. So anyway, let's talk Vidoran. Thank you again, Awesome Dude, for the donation. And then I'll get to all your questions. So quick deck tech so we can get to the games, and then I will answer any and all questions. So, all right, so Vidoran, whatever that means, 61 main deck cards, which is definitely not correct, but we're going to roll with it. It's basically a crazy ramp deck. So we have a couple of different ramp packages. We have a ramp package of Arbor Elf with enchantments on our lands, which can make up to 4 mana on turn 2 with Utopia Sprawn Arbor Elf. Then we have traditional search lands out of our deck ramp with Search for Tomorrows for turn 1, Sakura-Tribe Elder, and even a Cultivate, which probably had it sitting around from a Commander game. Figured why not slot it in. Then, kind of the spicy payoffs for the deck are we have 2 Quicksilver Amulets, mismatching of course, and then 4 Summoning Trap, which, okay, this is it's crazy, but it's not that crazy. So we're trying to ramp into Amulet or Summoning Trap to cheat something into play. Where the deck goes super crazy, though, is the targets for this. So we have Finks and Obstinate Baloth is just to gain a bit of life and stay alive. But the big things we're looking to hit, we got 2 Storm Breaths, 2 Primeval Titans, 2 Inferno Titans, which, okay, I've seen all of these cards be played in various decks in Modern. I can get that. The weird part about this deck is why are there only 2? Instead of just playing like an extra Inferno Titan, we have a Combustible Gear Hulk, which seems like a almost strictly worse Inferno Titan, although it could do something hilarious and kill our opponent. Instead of more Inferno Titans or Primeval Titans, we got a random Rurik Thar, which is good if our opponent's trying to storm off, I guess. Worm Coil is pretty legit for some life gain, but it doesn't stop there. We can Elephantize our opponent's lands with Drastodon, just because. And then the old school Emrakul Eldrazi Titans, Coast Lake Butcher of Truth, Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre. Of course, they don't trigger with Quicksilver Amulet or Summoning Trap because we're not casting them, but they can still annihilate away our opponent's board. So that's what's up with Vidoran. It looks crazy to me. It's got a lot of powerful stuff. It's got a lot of ramp. It's got literally zero interaction. We don't have any way to Lightning Bolt an Inkmoth Nexus or a Dark Confidant. We are 100%, I mean, I guess Inferno Titan sort of, but we're not killing our opponent's stuff. We're not thought seizing them. We're not countering their stuff. We are just trying to ramp and slam big things and hope that we have the right big things and that we can come out on top. So as far as the sideboard, we do have a bit of interaction in the sideboard. Sunshocks and Anger of the Gods give us removal. Blood Moons for general annoyance of our opponents. I would probably have these in the main deck if I was playing them. Thrun for control decks, can't be countered, and hexproof. Beast Within can get Tron lands and anything else. Nature's Claims, we pretty much would never beat a Ensnaring Bridge, so it kills that. Another Finks for aggro, and Relic of Progenitus for graveyard. So that's Vidoran. That's what we're battling with today. How much does the deck cost? I think it's not budget, but it's not incredibly expensive for a modern deck. It is, well, I mean, 367 in paper, 165 on Magic Online. So 1-4, is that the going prediction? All right, we're going for it. I have mixed feelings. I don't think the deck is actually very good, but it has a lot of powerful things. And even in Modern, if we just have like turn 3 Inferno Titan, that's going to beat a lot of decks. So I think that we can just steal some random wins. Also worth pointing out that it's extra treasure chest week, so you get one extra chest as long as you get at least one chest. Oh yeah, this deck killed it. Alright, so yeah, Vidoran. Yeah, let's do it. This is it. Hellbringer 1, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. All right, so the deck tech is over, so now we can chat as we mess around with Vidoran. Hopefully the deck is sweet enough that we can... I can't tell you because it's coming up for videos. I can't spoil what the 5-0 was. But let me just say... in the next week or so, there's some decks that I think are super legit that are going to be on videos. Alright, let me look at your deck, Rory the Rogue. Free Win Red and Paper, any changes you would make to the old list based on the current meta? Oh man, I really need to update Free Win Red. I know there's a thread over on MTG Salvation where people have been working on the deck and had some tournament success with it. Off the top of my head, I think that the answers that are in the deck still deal with pretty much everything, so I don't think you have to make any major changes to make it work right now. Oh my god! Seth, MTG streamer, YouTuber, love all that you do. Keep it coming. Also, Upstate New York hype. Ceadalath, $100 donation. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Wow! Oh, thank you so much. So greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. You all are so awesome. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeez. Oh, man. So, any recommendations for the Mr. Budget himself for a 150 tick deck? So 150 tick decks in Modern, you actually have a lot. Why are we not in a match yet? What's going on here, Moto? Let's re-queue. There's actually quite a few options, I think. Oh, never mind. I guess I was underestimating the prices. I thought that there were some cheaper ones. Nothing on the tier list or of the tier decks really falls into that range. I might look at... I mean, I think the Goblin deck is pretty solid. That's one of the cheapest decks that occasionally actually puts up real results. So I'd look at that. Merfolk is just over 200 if you could squeeze a little more out of it or budgetize slightly. And Merfolk is pretty good. Boggles is around 200. The Mono White Hate Bear deck that took down the GP last weekend is 189. So there's a handful of decent options depending on your playstyle. Free win red, buy force over Shatterstorm is possible as you can wreck artifacts and keep your chalices. Also, Sweltering Sun's possible. I think, yeah, I think that, yeah, I don't know about buy force or Vandal Blast, but one of those is probably the correct call. Yeah, I see Jeff has been updating the deck. So that actually started with the Obsidian's Vengeance deck, which I think is super good. And Jeff is a big fan of Gifts Ungiven over Pieces of the Puzzle. So it's pretty much that deck with some updates, but it's super sweet to seeing it do well because I thought it was very sweet as well. Jay Crowie, welcome to the Fishbowl, and Prism100, welcome you as well. Thank you for your subscriptions. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I think a better question is why wouldn't we play this deck? With a name like Vidoran? Oh no, Vidoran. Off to a good start. Oh dear, deck. This hand. 2 lads. A 4-drop, 2 6-drops, and a 8-drop. I guess that's what you expect from Vidoran. I mean, I think we're going to keep and hope we can scry into some ramp. I think that's our best bet. So we'll keep it. Definitely putting Kitchen Finks to the bottom. Stomping Grounds tapped. If we can get to Baloth, against some decks that can buy us a lot of time. If we get, I mean, we have a lot of ramp. We have like 10 or more Lotus Bloom. Ad nauseum. Well, this is where the no interaction part might come back to haunt us a bit. Oh, it's it's a 10-drop. Vidoran. Oh, yep. Certain visions. Oh, well, thank you, Prism. We're off to a bad start. I don't even know. I think it reminds me a little bit of the land destruction deck that plays Inferno Titan, the Panza deck, but without any land destruction and without main deck Blood Moons. Well, it's a Utopia Sprawl. That gets us to 3 mana. The problem is we're just going to die to the combo. And we have to get to 8 mana to Terastodon to really interact. Well, this seems like a bad matchup. So I'm going to say that. I think it's a bad matchup. So it might just be that, I mean, the hand was bad. This seems like a hard matchup too. So I think that we're probably not favored against Ad nauseum anyway. And there's the Unlife. So what's our best draw here? Like, Cultivate, as weird as that sounds? Well, there's a Forest. Unfortunately, all the life gain in the world doesn't save us from getting comboed, but... Alright, there's a Baloth. Pass the turn. Opponent. Reasonable chance we just die to the combo here. They have Unlife. They have the mana necessary to combo off. Could you take a look at my green-white Revolt deck? So far, the people I've shown it to don't like it. Spoils of the Vault, yeah. So now we're definitely dead. Ether Geode Miner, Armorcraft Judge. I think it looks fun. I think it looks like a fun budget deck. I think the question you're going to have is, how do you trigger Revolt early for like Greenwheel Liberator and Narnum Renegade? So you might want to consider some of the 1 mana, like Renegade map is a good one. Some of the 1 mana things that sacrifice themselves. All right, we'll let our opponent kill us here so you can all see what it does. But if we get in this situation next game, we're going to scoop. So if you have never seen Ad nauseum before somehow, they can't die because of Phyrexian Unlife, so they draw their entire deck and then probably Lightning Storm us? They kill us somehow. I don't know, they must have Lightning Storm in hand? No. Where's their win condition? Does our opponent not have Lightning Storm? Their hand's empty, right? 0 cards in hand? Are we... Did our opponent... Did our opponent think we were going to scoop? What's going on? Are we about to win? I don't see a win condition in those 25 cards they drew. They exiled them all? Oh my goodness. Are we going to win this game? Vidoran! I still don't see it. Where's their win conditions? It must be in their hand. I don't know why they're not doing it yet, though. Okay. Well, this is where a lightning bolt would be good, but we don't have a lightning bolt. The dream is dying. Yeah, I don't know if they had the opportunity to do this. I don't know why they tanked for so long. So they play Lab Maniac. I guess they were trying to avoid this line because it does scoop to Lightning Bolt, but little do they know, Vidoran has no outs. We literally don't have a card that does anything here. I don't think there's anything we could even possibly draw. I think Locust God could be a good finisher for blue-red control. Yeah, and now we die to Lab Maniac. Yikes. Yikes. Alright. Well, that was kind of sort of close. What do we have that's even good against this deck? Do we have anything that's good against this deck? We need... Yeah, we just don't have any way to kill anything with this deck. So Locust God, the big challenge for all the gods in Standard is they got to compete with the Gear Hulks. I think that Locust God could be a sweet finisher in blue-red control. I think they're all going to be super good in Commander for sure. I think, come up with a super spicy deck. Will you check it out and tell me what you think? Looks like blue-white Emiria. I like it. It looks pretty sweet. One of my favorite decks to play in all of Modern. Gifts is an interesting addition. I haven't really played it with Gifts, I don't think. If I have, it was a long time ago, so it seems cool. So you think Blood Moon, Nature's Claim? Normally, Lab Maniac kills you right away. That was a really weird situation. So trying to kill Lab Maniac usually doesn't work. We have a new subscriber, Assassin98. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I think the Blue-Black God is strong, but I wouldn't put it on Rhino or Thragtusk strong. Being legendary is a big consideration. You can't just slam multiples of it. So that is something that knocks it down a bit compared to those other cards, I think. But I think it is the strongest of the gods, in my opinion. Alright, I guess Blood Moon and Nature's Claim are likely our most reasonable cards that just attack our opponent's mana and try to buy time. We can go down our life gain stuff because we're either going to lose by an infinite amount of damage, essentially. Not literally infinite, but a super big amount of damage. Or we're going to win. So we can go down Worm Coil for that reason too. Maybe like that. Really, while Sunshock would have been good in that one situation, that's so rare that you actually have an opportunity to Sudden Shock Lab Maniac. Blamin, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, let's try it like that. I think this is fine-ish. Alright, come on, Vidoran. Vidoran. Really? Tech Edge? Tech Edge. Why is there Tech Edge in this deck? If this was a forest, this hand would actually be fairly interesting. Alright, well, we got some ramp. We got some stuff to ramp into. So let's see. 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. I guess we keep Search for Tomorrow. So Forest and Arbor Elf. So maybe we can ramp into Summoning Trap and do something. I think if we can get down Rurik Thar of all things It should be super good. Wait, what got spoiled an hour ago? Opponent leads on a cantrip. Did I miss a new spoiler that I haven't seen yet? That would be sweet. Alright, opponent puts both on the bottom. We draw Search for Tomorrow. So let's just Tech Edge. 1, 2. Untap our forest. And... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just hardcast Search. Oh no! Ugly Mountain. Okay, we'll take the Ugly Mountain. I didn't think there were any mountains in this deck. A budget magic with Rurik Thar? I think the thing with Rurik Thar is it's very matchup dependent. Oh, the Stifle Bird is super sweet. I think the Stifle Bird is potentially modern playable. Opponent has Dark Slick Shores. And Prism. That's a lot of mana. We get an Arbor Elf. We'll play Arbor Elf. Untap our forest. Play Sakura-Tribe Elder. We have enough mana that we can Summoning Trap next turn. It can get Pactive negated. But we can try it. We get to fire it off and see. Planning on making a blue-black Sphinx deck in Modern because of the new Legendary Sphinx. I don't know about Modern or Standard, but we'll definitely play the Sphinx somewhere. Got a little combo deck that I've been messing around with on Moto. Alright, let's see. Let's crack our Sakura-Tribe Elder. I mean, I think we got a Summoning Trap and hope for the best. Ooh, Nature's Claim. Oh, dear. Oh, that looks sweet. Yeah. Heartless Summoning, Perilous Mirror combo. Ooh, and Carrot Clan Ironworks. That looks super spicy. I like it. I've played somewhat similar decks, but you got some really interesting stuff with the Carrot Clan Ironworks and some of the other creatures that I haven't really seen before, so sweet. So we could just trap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I guess we do it. I guess that's what we're here for. The other option is just to Nature's Claim, but what's the fun in that? We could hit Terastodon. Hitting Terastodon would probably win us the game. This is all assuming we don't get hit by a counter spell. Summoning Trap. Come on. Resolve, please. Because if our opponent's going to counter it, I'd rather... They're going to counter it with Pack. No, Vidoran! Oh, no! Oh, I'm not smart enough to play Vidoran. Whoo! Alright, Sakura-Tribe Elder, get in there. Our odds of winning just went from something to nothing. Sakura-Tribe Elder. And thanks to our awesome deck building, we can't even search out another mountain to cast the Storm Breath Dragon. We gotta draw a non-basic. Well, I guess our opponent's probably super happy they didn't counter that Summoning Trap. We're probably just dead here. Yeah, Vidoran No might be the official name of this deck. Like I said, though, there's Angel's Grace. There's Spoils of the Vault. Like I said, I think this is a bad matchup. Well, our opponent lost a ton of cards. Are they cards that matter? No. Man, our opponent's good at exiling half their deck, but not exiling the half with the win condition. Somehow. Oh, opponent. Yeah, well, I mean, that's game. There's no anything that we can do about anything. Our opponent just Plays Lab Maniac, leaves a million Pact of Negations in their hand, and wins? Well, we could have chose not to cast Summoner's Pact and tried to kill a Mana Source. That's true. But I mean, you don't play Vidoran to Nature's Claim Mana Rocks. And we're dead. Lightning Storm, opponent just discards a bunch of lands and kills us. Whoo boy. Oh boy. Well, so far, so not good for Vidoran. There's some flaws with the Vidoran plan so far. But to be fair, hard matchup, and we got super bad hands. Our hands were so bad. Alright. So we're on to 0-1, but that's alright. Is there any changes you would make to this deck? If so, what changes? I'm actually thinking of playing Vidoran competitive. Go to 60 cards. I think the idea of ramping into big things in red and green is fine. Fearless Joe 20, 8 months in a row. Thanks so much for this stream. It's been a blast so far. Can't express how much they mean to me. Well, thank you so much, Fearless Joe, and thank you for the subscription. Definitely appreciate it. Big scoops here for our RE subscriber. Is Stiflebird better than Click? Well, I don't know. It's not legendary. It's got a good body. So I think it could be played alongside Click, and it does different things than Click. So the other thing with this deck, part of what makes it unique is the weird, crazy amount of finishers, and they're all very scattered and cool and strange. But I assume if you're going to try to be competitive, you would probably kind of condense those down to the best of them and not just play Combustible Gear Hulks and stuff. But that's so weird with a deck like that, because that's what... Oh my... Vidar! Are we just gonna get hands like this every match of the entire stream? Argon Platypus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Well, I mean, this Tech Edge has been... Alright, if you're going to try to improve the deck, get rid of Tech Edge. Good God. It has been an absolute nightmare so far. Vidoran. Well, our opponent's going to 5. Oh, man. Well, this might be the Vidoran's time to shine. Sakura-Tribe Elder. We have enough ramp. We're going to put it to the bottom. We just got it. We got to draw something big. We got a chance. We got a chance. Come on, Vidoran. Oh, snow-covered mountain. Well, we don't actually scoop to Blood Moon, so this might not be that bad of a matchup for us. Ooh, and Primeval Titan. That's something big we can ramp into. Okay. I think we might be in good position right now, actually, somehow. Oh, man. Even better position. And an Inferno Titan. Okay. Well, we're drawing our big threats. We get to cultivate. Is this worse than Tooth and Nail? Very likely. Let's crack Sakura-Tribe Elder. Grab a mountain. Hey, Says, do you think that more refiners would be better than glimmers in this deck? 10-drop, we're a little ways away from Ulamog. We are drawing our big stuff, though. Let's cultivate. I think we get to start playing Titans next turn. With Elder Deep Fiends, I would play the full 4 Rogue Refiners, I think. It's very helpful with getting your Deep Fiends down. I don't know. We should have more than one basic mountain, I believe. This is one of our instant decks, so I didn't actually build it. We're playing the build from the instant deck. What do you think about the new mill enchantment for Modern? Will it be a new meta breaker? So I think the new... Oh, Eternal Scourge. All right. So I think the new mill enchantment is a pretty powerful mill effect, but there are some issues with mill. Namely, Eldrazi are a big one. Just the fact that that it tends to really struggle with certain decks, but I think it is a very powerful mill card, and it might lead to people at least experimenting more with it. Let's get a couple lands, pass the turn. Would this deck be better if it played Ulamog 10 and not Ulamog 11? Well, we're unlikely to get cast triggers either way. I think that's the main reason. Not going to block there because of Scred and Lightning Bolt. I think that's the main reason. We didn't block opponent. Oh. Well, joke's on you. There's more where that came from. If our opponent could only see our hand. Play Arbor Elf. Oh, they did so much work to kill Primeval Titan. And there's more Titans. Inferno Titan. We're over tapping. Inferno Titan. Hit our opponent for 3. Oh, man. This is like old standard. And now we get Eldrazi next turn. Well, Vidoran's being super sweet here. The basic mountain is the one extra card. Yeah, I don't think Eternal Scourge is gonna save our opponent. They did mulligan a lot, but we might be getting a win. I think it's happening. I mean, yeah, this might be overkill, but I mean, we gotta. This is what our deck's about. 6, 10, Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. Oh, yes. We'll draw 4, please, opponent. Oh, yes, we're gonna do it. The new Aurora in Modern. Ooh. Great Aurora Villainous Wealth. That's sweet. I can't believe our opponent's not scooping. Why is our opponent still playing this game? Untap a forest. I mean, if our opponent's not going to scoop, we're going to keep doing stuff. See how much big stuff we can get on the battlefield all at once. The Motley Crew is pretty close to being assembled. This game we've had a Primeval Titan, an Inferno Titan, and a Kozilek Butcher of Truth. So that's pretty motley. Vidoran is the name of this deck, and no one knows why. Alright, attack, ping, Eternal Scourge, hit our opponent for 2. Yep. And maybe this is a good matchup. As bad of a matchup as Ad Nauseam is. How does Scred deal with us just casting huge things all the time? Scred usually does not have bridges. Definitely not in the main deck. Things are looking up for Vidoran. Yes! And our opponent scooped it up. We got a Vidor win. Yes. Okay. We don't care about Blood Moon. We're actually playing our own in the sideboard. So I feel like we might actually just match up really well with what our opponent's trying to do. I don't even know if we want to change anything. I mean, I think we might just run it back. Sweet. Well, that's more like it, Vidoran. That's what we were looking for. I mean, Thrun's fine-ish. What would we take out for Thrun? I kind of like all of our other cards. I mean, Combustible, Terastodon. Yeah, we gotta have the mismatch and the one ugly mountain with the sweet forest. That's how you play Vidoran. It's in the deck tech. The primer. If you read the primer, they were very specific that you have to play mismatch Quicksilver Amulets. Rurik Thar seems good though. Our opponent plays a lot of non-creatures. I kind of like Rurik Thar. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is maybe Beast Within. I'm still not sure what I want to go down for Beast Within. I guess Kitchen Finks is not very exciting against an Anger of the Gods deck. And they probably have relics as well. So maybe we'll just try that. Let's try it like 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 that. Let's try it Oh, we got to keep the Hulk. I don't think they have bridge. I mean, they might have bridge, but I don't think they do. Okay. We can try this. We got an Arbor Elf. We got a million summoning traps if we get to them. Snow-covered mountain. Sure. Would have rather drawn a land there. Well, that's Arbor Elf. Pass the turd. Arbor Elf does die to everything, unfortunately. Like Scred. Alright, come on ramp, come on lands. Do you think that blue-green ramp deck in Standard would work going into things like Nissa, Glyphkeeper, Honored Hydra? If so, how would you fill out the rest of the deck? I think blue-green ramp... Oh, Terastodon! Well, one of the problems with ramp decks is you sometimes draw the wrong half of your deck. So, if I was going to play blue-green ramp, I would be looking for a bunch of ramp, probably like 10 ramp spells or more. And then probably some pull from tomorrow's. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Molten Rain? Did our opponent just sideboard in Molten Rains against our ramp deck? What's going on? What is happening? So many strange things. And they have a cough. I'm building a jank prison Tron deck. I have Urza's Mine and Power Plant in Italian Renaissance, but my towers are 5th edition white border. That sounds about right. Oh dear. Well, Utopia Sprawl. I think this is just going to be too slow now. We're dropping to a super low life total. Our opponent has a cough. I can't believe they sideboarded in Molten Rain, of all things. That is a really crazy thing to do. This song is We'll Save the World by the Freak Fandango Orchestra. Opponent has Mind Stone. I've tested a lot of Vidoran to see all the scenarios, and Inferno Titan would almost always be clutch, whether attacked for 6 plus bolt or one-shot opponent. Yeah, Inferno Titan's super good. Really? What is... This is... Oh my goodness. This is the strangest... I don't understand. I just really don't understand. I don't understand why... Bringing in Molten Rains against a ramp deck seems like the exact opposite of what a sane person would do. Because I would think, if I was playing Land Destruction and I knew someone was ramping, that would make me very unlikely to bring in Land Destruction, because it's not like you're really going to keep your opponent off resources very often. So that was just super weird, but it worked out super well for our opponent that game. Kithkin Tribal. Kithkin Tribal looks sweet. I think that's a deck that we might end up playing on Budget Magic eventually. Any budget replacements for Abrupt Decay in the Jund colors? There's nothing that's as non-conditional as Abrupt Decay. You can play creature removal, go for the throat, Doomblade, that type of stuff. You can play artifact removal, but there's not really anything else that just gets a permanent, especially that cheaply in the Jund colors. It is good against Utopia Sprawl. That's a fair point. Anyway, let's run it back. This seems like a deck. Vidoran seems like a deck that's all about getting good draws. Alright, we get to play first. Oh boy. This has gotten to be a tradition. Well, we gotta keep it. We do have a Utopia Sprawl, which matches up poorly against Molten Rain. I think we're like 4 for 4 with having one land opener somehow. How many lands are in this deck? Are we just massively skimping on lands? Maybe there's just like nowhere near as many lands as there should be. Well, hopefully we draw land. If we can land into Cultivate, that would be great. That would make this hand pretty functional. Land? Alright, that's a land. Okay. Things are looking up. We're still can never get red mana for Storm Breath Dragon, but I guess we can get. Let's get Stomping Ground untapped, and then just cultivate. So this is where the land destruction plan just starts to look pretty bad. Get our mountain, get our forest, put the forest into play. Our nice Magic Origins mountain, pass the turn. So we actually just have a turn 3 Storm Breath. We probably will do a cube at some point. Oh, in Rurikthar. Well, I think step 1 is just a Storm Breath. Turn 3 Storm Breath, Vidoran. I mean, now we don't even really care that much about Stone Rain. We do a little bit, but... Man, if we draw one more land and get down Rurikthar, get in with Storm Breath. No. Bolt. Bolt. Well, we got 2 bolts out of our opponent's hand. If they back this up with a Molten Rain on our forest, that would be annoying. Alright. Opponent draws the Molten Rain. Classic opponent. Well, cast Search for Tomorrows. Get a forest. Pass the turn. Opponent plays land and passes. We draw a forest. Well, we're not under pressure. Let's just Sakura-Tribe Elder. I think Sakura-Tribe Elder into Summoning Trap, potentially, is better than just playing Obstinate Baloth. Because Summoning Trap could be anything. Who knows what awesome thing we could hit. Magma Jet's our face. Sure. Maybe this is a weird budget deck and they're playing Molten Rain over Blood Moon? Could that be a thing that they were doing? Blood Moon is like the reason to play Scred, though. Opponent. Passing. Crack Sakura-Tribe Elder. We're doing it. Get a forest. Yes. Oh, come on, Summoning Trap. Play our Tech Edge. Pass the turn. We gotta spin the wheel. We could do a whole bunch of stuff, but we're just gonna spin the wheel of fun. If we end up with another Sakura-Tribe Elder, I'm probably gonna cry. Come on. Come on, Summoning Trap. Come on, Summoning Trap. What time? Summoning Trap? Yes. What do we get? Eldrazi? Titan? Oh. Well, I think Kozilek is fine. I think that's a little better than a Titan. Vidoran! Vidoran! Annihilating away Scred Red. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! We can win. Our opponent is a fighter. They have not shown any signs of scooping, no matter how bleak the situation gets. Oh, opponent. I'm disappointed. I was just complimenting your grit. Oh, all right, there we go. That's more of what we were looking for. Next week's Budget Magic. Ooh. Deadlock Production. Mechanized Production Deadlock Trap does seem pretty sweet. That's a really funny lock. This is my super spicy standard list. 3-0 FNM with it. Nice. Black-red vampires. Oh, it looks solid. I think that looks like a solid budget deck. I like it. Vampires has a lot of good pieces going on. Seems like it could be pretty good. Get some reach with Hazoret and Bloodhall Priest. Collective Brutality is awesome. It looks really solid. All right, we haven't done a break yet. 30 seconds commercial. Be right back with round 3 with Vidoran. Vidoran. No one knows why it's called Vidoran. Oh, we're still in commercial. All right, we're back, and no one knows. No one knows why it's called Vidoran. Apparently, it's a vitamin in Portugal, someone said. Or someplace. Ooh. No tech edges, mana of colors, ramp, a finisher. This feels like what Vidoran's trying to do. Bloodstained Mire for our opponent. Alright. Well, let's just Forest and Arbor Elf. If you're ever playing an Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl deck, you always want to play Arbor Elf first, so you can untap the Utopia Sprawl land with the Arbor Elf on turn 2. Phantom Cat, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent does some cycling. Horror of the Broken Lands. We're still a long way away from this Kozilek. Oh, this is Living End. How do we get stuff in the graveyard? Baloth. How do we not die? Well, we can... Wooded Foothills. Crack it. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl the Forest. On red. Tap it. Untap it. Tap it. Search for tomorrows. Get a Forest. Sakura-Tribe Elder. So we're ramping like crazy, but... Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to depend on how quickly our opponent can Living End. Does Kozilek's return kill Hazoret or Ronas when crests from the graveyard? It does not. Since Ronas and Hazoret are indestructible, they will not die from Kozilek's return, or anything else for that matter. Bonus cycles. Baloth's just gonna die to Living End. I think it's better just to make as much mana as possible. I think our only real chance of winning is casting something huge. Obstinate Baloth just gains us 4 and then gets Living Ended away. Cycles, cycles. Cycles. Opponent finds a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there any reason to sack Sakura-Tribe Elder right now? Probably not. What can we not cast if we don't sack it? Terastodon? We have 1 Terastodon in our deck. Man, watch us draw the 1 Terastodon. That's true. If their toughness goes below 0, Terastodon's the only card. That's 1 out of 50 that we draw it. We're not gonna draw it. We get an extra damage if we don't sack it. And we just draw a Forest. So go attacking. Hit our opponent for a bit. Down to 8. Play Baloth, go up to 23. Play a mountain, pass the turn. So maybe there's, yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling to think of how we could win from here. We just gotta hope they don't have it. This is the Timmiest of Timmy decks. That is very true. Hey, greetings from the US, D-Worry. Welcome. I guess we could steal it with a Stormbreath Dragon. Well, sack Sakura-Tribe Elder. Get a Forest. Come on, something big. 3, 6, 7. Well, I mean, let's cast Utopia Sprawl. On green. Tap it. untap it. Tap it. Play the land. Kozilek? Ooh, and a Storm Breath. Well, I mean, does our opponent have it? We attack. Come on. Oh, they have it. Yep. Oh, goodness. Yep. Get rid of all those fairies. Oh, man. 3 fairies. 3 fairies and a living end? Oh, God. Well, we cast a turn 4 Kozilek, and we're not even going to come close to winning. I think we're actually just dead on board. Yep, that is way more than our life total. 4, 7. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, well, we gave it a shot. We got to 10 mana and cast something huge. Unfortunately, that doesn't matter too much against Living End. So what do we have? I mean, obviously relics come in. Oh boy. There's it's always interesting to play decks that are literally no interaction, and you're just like throwing your stuff out there, hoping for the best. And this is definitely one of those decks. Yeah, we got Johnny'd. We can try to discard stuff to hand size, maybe. That's not even a very legit plan. Does Blood Moon even work? Like, does Blood Moon stop our opponent from doing stuff? Alright, well, I mean, I'm never going to argue with bringing in Blood Moon. Beast Within... I don't think that's good enough. Hey, thank you, Kurtash. And welcome. Well, Blood Moon seems reasonable then. What are we going down? Question 2. Rurik Thar seems like if we can get in early damage, it keeps our opponent from living ending, because I gotta cast 2 non-creature spells. Terastodon's pretty slow. Combustible's pretty slow. We haven't seen a Quicksilver Amulet yet. Storm Breath. Maybe we go down the mana stuff, like Kitchen Fang, or the life stuff. Kitchen Fang, Spalos, and a Combustible. Maybe just try it like that. Oh, we gotta keep 1. I forgot. 61 cards, of course. Alright, we're on the play. Well, we got a bunch of ramp. We don't have a Blood Moon, but we get to ramp. Stomping Grounds, untapped. We can get down a quick Inferno Titan. I just don't know if that's enough here. Alright, pass the turn. Come on, Blood Moon. Opponent has Blooming Marsh. I just don't think that Finks is gonna be able to win us the game. Play Sakura-Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. I mean, we're gonna be able to get down a pretty fast Inferno Titan. It does not do anything to interact with Living End. Drawing like a relic off the top would be super sweet. Well, crack Sakura-Tribe Elder. Get a forest. We have all the manas. Search for Tomorrow's coming down. Yeah, I don't know if we have enough interactive cards to even try to mull into them. I guess we get our Mountain. Play Cultivate. Get a forest, get a forest. 1 into play. Play Forest. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. I mean, we got double Titans, but they have living ends. We could no cycling? Oh my goodness. What's in our opponent's hand? Well, things are looking up. And a summoning trap. And a summoning trap. Woo! Oh, Lord. Well, now what? What do we do, chat? What do we do? Would you build a budget Tron list for Budget Magic? We played a trading post Tron list a long time ago, but I bet we'll do another one at some point. I think the new Stifler is actually pretty sweet. Oh, Summoning Trap is so risky. I guess we wait. I think we wait till our opponent's end step, because Summoning Trap is actually a way we can make something post Living End. Primeval Titan gets us 2 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything's risky. I have no idea what the right line is. Well, I guess we can always trap next turn. Alright. Alright, we'll Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan, get some lands. Yes, please. We will get... Ooh, let's get double Tech Edge. And play a Tech Edge. We can actually just... If our opponent plays a land, we can Armageddon them. With triple Tech Edges. Whoo! Oh, that's a reason to play Primeval Titan. These horribly annoying Tech Edges are actually, if our opponent plays a land, are going to be absurd. Whoa! Tech Edge coming through. Have I seen the mono red Tron deck running around? Uses Stuffy Doll and Blasphemous Act combo. Yeah, I think I saw a Reddit post on it. Opponent, Demonic Dreads. Well, that's actually pretty fine with us. They get back a creature, we get back a creature. Plays a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well... Sack Sakura-Tribe Elder. Get a forest. Now we have creatures in the graveyard, so another Living End isn't scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, we can triple Tech Edge, but then we can't Summoning Trap. We can double Tech Edge. What's up, Alana? Yeah, Legacy Lands is such a sweet deck. I was really excited to do a deck tech of it. Yeah, maybe we just double Tech Edge. All right, let's pass. We can double Tech Edge and Summoning Trap. Yeah, I guess we Tech Edge now. That makes sense. So, Tech Edge, green mana. Tech Edge, green mana. Put our opponent back down to 2 lands. Pass the turn. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Summoning Trap. Oh, come on. Come on, Vidoran. Come on, Vidoran. You can do it. Yeah, we'll take Rookthar. Oh, it was probably correct to take Primeval Titan, but our opponent gives us a GG's, scoops it up to Rurikthar. Too good. Rurik. Yes. Yeah. Vidoran. I should play the song whenever we win. We actually should do that. Don't worry, you won't hear it very much because we don't win very often. But I think that's probably how we're supposed to celebrate. We have a new subscriber. Duckalope, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber.
Vidoran di kotamu.
Ku beri Vidoran Smart. Dengan
Vidoran.
DA dan EPA,
Yes, we did it. We got to win. Oh, yeah. I got to stop playing that song. It's so annoying. Vidoran, Vidoran. Does anyone know what they're saying? Hopefully it's nothing horrible. All right, let's run it back. I think that's fine. I don't get it either. I don't know. The deck, that's what the deck is called. One landers again. That's what the deck is called. I don't know why it's called that. When I typed it into Google, that's what came up. We got a mulligan this one. Alright, well, we got a bunch of ramp. No interaction. Opponent has Black Leaf Cliffs. Blood Moon off the top would be super sweet. Well, Sakura-Tribe Elder. We can deal with that. Wooded Foothills. Get a Forest. Utopia Sprawl the Forest on red, just in case we draw a Blood Moon. Pass the turn. It's like a commercial for vitamins or something. I don't know. The confusion is what makes Vidoran what Vidoran is. In that sense, it is a fitting name, because I have no idea what's going on with the deck or the name of the deck. Rorikthar. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, the tech edges. Well, let's Sakura-Tribe Elder and tech edge. Pass the turn. We need a Vidoran emo. I don't even know what that would be. Vidoran is an energy drink. It's from India, and it tastes horrible. 1010 would not drink again. Okay. Opponent, cycling. Oh, dear. Well, I mean, we're just pretty much dead to a living end already. Not good at drawing sideboard cards. Yeah, I think they have it too. Crack Sakura-Tribe Elder. Grab our mountain, I guess. Oh dear. Oh dear. Opponent has Beast Within. Yep, and that's game. I'm alright, Drake and Vulture. The deck, though, not as alright. Yeah, I think that does it. Yep, not costing Combustible Gear Hulk. Pass the turn. Opponent does some more cycling. Well, Living End's a deck that's super good if your opponent doesn't draw their sideboard cards. And we have not, and we got Beast Within. And now I think it's just too late. I think we're dead. Even if we draw a sideboard card, I think we're dead. You gotta have 4 lands to be able to Tectonic Edge. Jeez, opponent's just casting stuff? Oh, dear. Maybe this could have worked if we didn't get Beast Within. Yeah, I guess in hindsight we should have got more green mana. I wanted the mana to cast a Storm Breath Dragon, but opponent casts a Simian Spirit Guide. Well, this is a sad Blood Moon. I mean, we'll cast it. It doesn't do anything, but we'll cast it. Oh, man. This is a game where opponent didn't even Living End, and we're still just dying like crazy. More Simian Spirit Guides. Jeez. Oh, deck! Vidoran. Our plan here is to lose this turn, I think. If not, then next turn. And there's nothing we can do to stop it, unfortunately. We needed, We need to draw land. Oh, Tech Edge. Tech Edge number 3. Live by the Tech Edge, die by the Tech Edge. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to get more green mana. It would have been bad if we couldn't cast our Storm Breath Dragon if we drew one. Sponge something Peter's plans. Sponge Peter's pants. 5150. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So Tech Edge has been good exactly once, and it's made us mulligan exactly 5 times. Or also just lost us the game. Oh, Tectonic Edge in this deck. Deck. Well, we're on to... Well, I had many ways to get green mana, too. We could have... If we had drawn a Storm Breath, we needed red mana to cast it that turn. Maybe that was incorrect to prepare for Storm Breath. Cold Logic, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Been testing Big Red with Insult to Injury and Sin Prouder Combustible Gear Hulk. Is a strategy worth pursuing for FNM. Yeah, it seems like that could probably work for an FNM level event. Regulation D, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. This deck is 61 cards, has a million crazy expensive things, and is trying to, well, this hand kind of explains it all. Ramp into them, or cheat them into play with stuff like Quicksilver Amulet or Summoning Trap. Going to GP Minneapolis, what deck would you play if you were going Mono White, Glorious Super Friends, or Teamer Emerge, and why? Well, what's your goal, Cold? Are you just going to have fun, or are you trying to make day 2 or actually like put up a finish? So I think that plays into it quite a bit as far as what deck I would play. Oh man, I will say there are a lot of miserable matchups. If this is Blue-Red Storm, we got to be like 10% against Blue-Red Storm, I would say, approximately. Oh, Cinderglade. Nice enter the battlefield tap duel. Will the new Neheb see any play? That's a really tricky card to evaluate. Opponents countering? Worked on a blue-green ramp list. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. I don't know about Winds of Rebuke. You don't really have any reason to... I mean, I guess Glyph Keeper, but it's only 2 copy. Alright, maybe it's worth it with Honored Hydra and Glyph Keeper. Yeah, it looks like a fun, budget-friendly deck. Oh, Logic Knot. So this is like Blue-Red Control. Huh. I don't know how this goes. We do have big things we can get to eventually. Oh. Oh, I'm so bad. Yeah, we could have trapped there. Yes, okay, yes, trap. I was busy talking about ramp decks in Standard. They're gonna counter this one anyway. Sakura-Tribe Elder. Ooh, double trap. Come on, opponent. You know you wanna do it, opponent. We have a new subscriber, but I can't find them in the puns. Let's go Terps, 6 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yes, it was a punt. I will take a punt for that. No arguments for me. Opponent gets a Plains. Oh my god. And it's a spell queller? No! You gotta be kidding! Yup. That's brutal. That's pretty annoying. Well, that's a card we can't cast, so let's pass the turn. Opponent plays land. Gets in with the Spell Queller. And Obstinate Baloth, another card we can't cast. If we ever draw a single land, we might get to do things. That would be sweet. Seeming like that's not going to happen, though. Opponent gets in with Spell Queller. Down to 14. And passes. Alright, Arbor Elf. Not a land. And our opponent will probably just kill it rather than countering it. Yes, I know. In my defense, and this might not be a great defense, but it's actually really hard to play Magic well while also like analyzing people's deck lists and keeping up with the chat. Like you don't get the best Magic play possible when there's like 5 different things going on at once. But that was definitely a pun. I'm not saying it wasn't. Opponent getting in with the Spell Queller. The challenging part now is they could potentially have multiple counters where we get like a creature countered and then our traps countered. Opponent passes. We have a new subscriber at Dual13. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Opponent passed the Arbor Elf. Well, we get a land very slowly. Land? It's an Overgrowth. Oh my goodness. Could this happen any slower? Play an Overgrowth. Oh. Is this Cryptic? Opponent thinks about Cryptic, decides not to Cryptic. I definitely appreciate it, a duel. Opponent decides to Spell Queller. Oh god, okay. Well, that picks up the clock a bit, and we don't really have ways to deal with flyers. Oh my goodness. Opponent hits us down to 8, pretty close to dead. Well, let's play a Obstinate Baloth. Resolves. Oh, something odd is happening. I really don't understand what's happening. Snapcaster to path our Baloth. Yup. Alright, Baloth path. So we do get another land. We can get our mountain. We're dropping so low, though, we're probably just dead to a lightning bolt here, honestly. Opponent gets in. Hits us down to 6. Well, let's play a Storm Breath, but I'm pretty sure we're just dead. Resolves. Yeah, the problem is we're just dead to a lightning bolt. It is kind of odd that our opponent has not countered anything. And there's a lightning bolt, so we're dead. Oh, well, that was pretty brutal. Alright, well, onto the sideboard. We can bring in our Thrun, which is good against control. Otherwise, I mean, maybe Relic, if we can find room. Those are the two. Hey, what's up, Veriment? How goes it? The deck is about what we expected. Yeah, I was kind of hoping our opponent would counter one of our things at some point. I don't think Anger of the Gods is actually good against control. I mean, it would have been good against Spell Quellers, but... yeah, Winds of Rebuke could be alright in that scenario. Probably... I mean, Relics are probably good. I just don't know what to put them in for. Why do you think they were watching the stream? Because they didn't counter? They didn't really need to counter because they had all those paths. So I don't think there's any definitive proof of our opponent watching the stream. Yeah. I mean, I guess Relic's good. What do we go down for these cards, though, is the other question. I guess Combustible, pretty bad. Worm Coil, maybe? Worm Coil gets beat by Path pretty badly. And a Kitchen Finks? Go down a Bailoff. Let's try it like that. Alright, we'll go up to Blood Moons too. That's fine. I don't think Blood Moons are just game over against them, though. I mean, they're probably fine. Yeah, I don't know what people's obsession is with building 61 cards decks. Okay. Well, we got a Summoner's Trap, or Summoning Trap. This is Weisiger, I believe, the music. So that's Wooded Foothills, pass the turn. We don't have any creature to get countered to turn on our Summoning Trap. Opponent has Colonnade. Well, crack this. Grab a Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Come on, deck. Tech Edge. Well, Tech Edge is good against control decks. Pass the turn. Would be nice to resolve Cultivate. I guess if we just ramp into 6 mana, we can hardcast Trap. Flooded Strand for our opponent. Well, play the Forest, and let's just Cultivate. Opponent's going to counter by the looks. I'd like to think I've gotten pretty good at burning Seth, but that would be a lie. A 6-year-old with degenerate brain disease could burn Seth with the punts he makes. Well, thank you, Tracy King. I can always count on you for the bird. I know that. New Perspectives playing the Locust God. Yeah, it does seem like a cool finisher for that deck, potentially. It seems like it could just be a good finisher for a cycling deck. Opponent has Serum Visions. Music was Weisiger, was the name of the artist. Oh, man, I really wish we had Summoning Trap the first game. That would have been sweet. Opponent plays an island. Well, let's Utopia Sprawl. On red. Then play Wolf Run. And just cast Search for Tomorrows. If our opponent wants to counter it, they can counter it. Yeah, Summoning Trap you have to have a creature countered, not a Cultivate. We'll grab our I guess Mountain. Pass the turn. So we do have enough mana that we're going to be able to just cast a Summoning Trap, which could be pretty good depending on what we hit. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Opponent passes. So do we just cast Inferno Titan and then Summoning Trap if it gets countered? Is that the smartest thing to do? Or we just wait and Summoning Trap. How does it go the most wrong? Alright. Yeah, we'll play Tech Edge. So, cast Inferno Titan. Our opponent might just let it resolve, yeah. They can let it resolve and then path it. Hit our opponent. Well, this is kind of working-ish. Pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, there's some weird chance that they have, like, Censor, which would be good against us if we hadn't played a land there, so I think it's worth playing. I wanted to kind of slow roll the Tech Edge as much as possible, so our opponent wouldn't know about it, but... Well, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're 2 mana away from Kozilek. Opponent plays land. Well, 1, 2, 3 plays Search for Tomorrows. Salt Incarnate, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I wouldn't imagine that our opponent would counter this. It would be kind of crazy if they did. Never mind. Opponent looks like they are going to counter it. Spell Queller it. Yeah, Blood Moon, I guess it cuts them off white mana now if we drew it. That seems really odd. Maybe our opponent is watching. I'm starting to think that it could be a possibility. Because I don't know why you counter that when your opponent already has 8 mana. When there's a good chance that there's something more impactful that could come down in the future. Seems kind of like an odd play. Opponent plays a land, untapped. And passes. I don't know what to do. What do we do? What do we do? I mean, we can Amulet. It's probably going to get countered, though, and then we can't Summoning Trap. Well, alright, we'll do it. We'll try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Amulet. I'm sure this has got to get countered. Yeah, if we can get to 10 mana and cast Kozilek, even if it gets countered, it's pretty good. Is this Cryptic? Six mana. Oh, why is the deck called Vidoran? I have no idea. Hey, what's up, Stu? What do you think about Kozilek in Tron? I mean, it's something that you can play, but I don't think it's really necessary. Alright, so Quicksilver, Amulet countered. Well, I don't think we're in horrible shape here still. Oh, do you still need a playmat, Stu? Down to 15. Opponent passes. Well, let's play Storm Breath Dragon. Opponent lets it resolve. Okay. I am... Okay. Well, they must not have a counter then. Because you can't path the Storm Breath. So it should be pretty hard for our opponent to kill. They have like Electrolyze plus Lightning Bolt. Oh no. Electrolyze plus Bolt. Alright. Well, we wanted to block the Spell Queller and the Celestial Colonnade. I think our deck is favored if we can go long. I think we need to not take damage there, especially since our opponent's deck has a lot of burn spells. So I think it's better to try to play defensively. Opponent fires up Colonnade. Well, we got a Tech Edge. We can't take the beats. So kill the Colonnade. Well, I mean, this looks like this is going to be a window to Summoning Trap. This does put us way far away from Kozilek. So opponent gets in. Yep. Down to 12. Tap land. Rurik Thar dies to Path. I think we just got a Summoning Trap. We just got to do it. We got to do it. Summoning Trap. Well, I mean, I guess it's Ulamog, which dies to Path, but Thrun doesn't really save us here. All right, I mean, we'll Ulamog. Well, they didn't path at end step. I don't think Thrun wins there, because we just die in 2 turns to Colonnade and Spell Queller. So we actually have to annihilate our opponent's land so they can't keep Spell Quellering us. And then next turn we can try to Rurik Thar if we live. Yeah, but Thrun is a ground creature, though. And we're literally on a 2-turn clock, so they hit us for 6, and we would just lose? Potentially. What do you think about Claim to Fame? Yeah, Claim to Fame is super good. Definitely modern playable. Opponent gets in. Okay. We gotta cast Rurik Thar, Stu. We can't Kessig Wolf Run. Well, go to combat. Bounces our Ulamog. Well, now what? We can Titan kill Spell Queller, or we can just Rurik Thar. Both plans get beat by counters. Alright, alright. Rurik Thar, though. Alright, Inferno Titan. Comes down. Kill the Spell Queller. Gets back our Search for Tomorrows. And now, if our opponent spends their whole turn attacking and can't kill Inferno Titan, then we actually still just win. Grab a Forest, because Inferno Titan is definitely lethal here. I guess pretty much anything is lethal with Kessig Wolf Run. Opponent, Snapcaster for Path. Yup. Okay. Now we might be dead. Yep, pass our Inferno Titan. We get a forest. Hey, welcome, Cool Fizz. Thank you. Why is it called Vidoran? No one knows. Phone has Serum Visions. That is the great mystery of the deck. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana. Opponent puts both cards on top. That's a pretty good sign that we're dead. Okay. So we can't Ulamog no matter what. If we draw a land, we can Kozilek, but then we die. So I guess we're on Rurikthar and Hope. Yeah, you can post a link for Vidoran. Why only 2 prime times? That's a question that I've been asking. The deck is super weird and very likely not optimal, but it's very interesting. And if you just like playing a whole bunch of big crazy creatures, it's super good for that. That's actually pretty good. So is this each player? All right, 1, 2, 3. Play Blood Moon. This is an instant deck tech we did yesterday. So we can Blood Moon and Rurikthar. All right, Blood Moon first. Because we can't take 6 from Rurikthar. If this resolves... Oh, it's not. Opponent has Vendilion Click. Going to click us. So that means we're actually just dead now. Oh, no! Vidoran! Well, if we cast it first, we couldn't have cast Blood Moon, and then we lose to Celestial Colonnade. What is our opponent doing? Floats white mana. I mean, we're just dead to any burn spell or Snapcaster Mage, so there's nothing we can do about it. But Slam Primeval Titan, which does get us to Ulamog next turn if we're still alive somehow. Primeval Titan. They put 2 cards on top, which is super scary. We'll just get 2 tech edges that are mountains. Pass the turn. And that's game. Interesting. Yep. And we're dead. Well, I guess we go to 1, but we're still essentially game. We're dead to Bolt still. I'm kind of surprised our opponent brought that in. If we Rurikthar first, then we would have taken 6 damage from our Blood Moon and we would have died. Yeah, opponent gets in. We go to 1. And our opponent left something lethal on top. They did. It's a Snapcaster, and that's the game. Oh, Vidoran. Vidoran. Yeah, we're dead. I mean, it seems super likely when our opponent scryed 2 cards to the top that they would have kept something to kill us there. Will Hour of Devastation break Modern? Probably not. I think there's some cards that'll see play in Modern, but I don't think there's anything that will break Modern. Colonnade is flying, and Primeval Titan does not. Yeah, and Rurik Thar is symmetrical, so it's whenever any player casts a non-creature spell. So if we cast Rurik Thar first, then we cast our Blood Moon, which we had to cast because of Colonnade, we would have sixed ourselves, and that would have put us dead to Vendilion Click anyway. So we had to play Blood Moon first in that scenario because of Rurik Thar's ability. Yeah, Primetime doesn't have reach, unfortunately. Would have been sweet if it did. Thank you, Gorilla Blaster. I did not see Lee's tweet about Wacky Constructed. I'm not even 100% sure. What does that mean? What is Wacky Constructed? I'm curious now. Oh, well, thank you, Joel. Yeah, Gravel, I guess going to second main phase there probably would have been good, but it didn't do anything as far as our game was concerned, so. Does having week-long Goofy constructed formats for Brewers sound fun to you? What would you like to see if we did this? I mean, that does sound fun. I'm interested to see what that would mean. Alright, let's go to round 5. One more chance for Vidoran to redeem itself. Come on, Vidoran. Come on, come on. This is match 5 with Vidoran. We've been Vidoring right through this league without too much success. Alright, we get to play first. Green-White Vigilance Beatdown, eh? Stitcher Vigilance. Yeah, Stitcher's Graft is a really powerful equipment, especially with Vigilance. Ooh. Deck actually has a lot of really powerful stuff in it. It seems like that could actually work. Not sure about Cataclysmic. I mean, maybe it's okay for the worst case scenario, but seems like you're going to have a lot of creatures that it'll be killing. But overall, I like the idea of the deck. Vidoran. Vidoran with the traditional one land hand. Do I want to come to France? Well, maybe I'll come. Maybe I will come visit France. We will definitely be able to do Momir tonight, so that's the good news. Since our Vidoran League has been pretty quick, we need Esper alternate win cons in standard approach. Phobia alignment. Oh no, Tron, not Tron. Okay, well, come on, way to get Terastodon on the battlefield, I think. The deck is called Vidoran for a reason no one knows. Whoever made the deck named it Vidoran, and I have no idea why. We have 2 Blood Moons in the sideboard. If I was building the deck, I would have Blood Moon in the main deck 100%. I think that's, I mean, Blood Moon is kind of the cheat code. That's the card that you should just, if you're playing a janky deck like this, Blood Moon is probably your easiest way to actually make it be functional. And this deck actually has a mana base that can support it. So I think if you're going to try to build, well, first off, a more competitive version. Oh no, Natural Tron, really? Really? Oh, Tron, I hate you, Tron. Oh my god, Tron. The spoiler videos feel a bit rushed. Would like it if they were a bit longer. Well, the idea is to have them fairly short, but could potentially make them a bit longer if that's something people wanted. Oh, I can't believe... Oh, this Natural Tron. Natural Tron. What is this world coming to? I'm understanding when old school Tron has Natural Tron because they commit so many resources to doing it, but when Eldrazi Tron just randomly has turn 3 Tron, it feels a little bit bad. The deck is called Vidoran for no apparent reason. I don't know. Whoever made the deck named it Vidoran, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's true. Our opponent does have the mismatched Tron lands. Moo Trudy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Huh. Well, things are looking pretty over. We got lots of 6-drops. So many 6-drops. Yeah, I mean, we might as well cast it. We can keep it in hand, but it's not doing anything. Opponent knows about it. We can never get rid of Chalice. I guess we block and sack. This is not looking very hopeful. So we're up to 4 mana, which is still a lot of mana away from casting our big stuff. Well, Obstinate Baloth is a card we can cast. If our opponent has nothing, it's actually sort of decent. We can trade with a Thought Knot and maybe draw into lands to get to Inferno Titan. Our opponent has so much mana, though. Gonna play the Blue-Red Harvest Wave deck at F&M tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that's fun. Well, good luck with it. I'm sure you'll have fun with it. Tapped out white-black Life Loss, eh? Max? Let me see. Ooh, Children of Corliss. Oh, no! Their last card was Dismember. And a Seagate, right? Oh, my. Tron. Well, Tron is really giving Vidoran a beating at the moment. Oh, this is super brutal. Opponent draws a card. Why not? Draws into a relic that gets countered. Why not? The white-black life gain deck looks fun. Stomping Ground, and that does it. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're not scooping the match. We got to give it another shot. Tron decks don't usually draw turn 3 Tron, and we have Blood Moons, which are good against what our opponent's doing. I think we just bring in the Blood Moons, go down like a Stormbreath Dragon and a Combustible Gear Hulk, and just try it like that. Come on, Blood Moon, in the hand to start it off. What do you think about a green-black Aristocats deck with Cryptothrice and Throne of the Pharaoh God? Wow, it's funny you mentioned that. We literally just played that exact deck on Against Odds last night, and it was pretty sweet. So if you haven't seen it, go to the YouTube channel and you can see my build of exactly what you said. We'll still get in Momir Shepherdwood. No worries. Definitely Momiring tonight. We're still running pretty quickly. I didn't build the deck. Don't yell at me. It shouldn't be 61 cards. Well, after the stream, after this match, before we get to Momir, we'll talk a little bit, just really quick, like the 2-minute version of if I was gonna play this deck. If I was gonna play this deck again, how would I upgrade it? I am a musician bongler. I don't play as much as I used to, but I listen to mostly various kinds of indie music, mostly rock to some extent. But I like most kinds of music, but not usually the versions of that music that's on the radio. We get to play first. Mono Search for Tomorrow's Ulamog. So we get tons of mana. Ulamog is good and big. I think we're going to keep this and just trust that we draw into something to spend our mana on. Am I going to do Vintage Cube today or this week? So, no Vintage Cube tonight. We're going to finish our league, talk a little bit about the deck, and do Momir, because we haven't done Momir yet this week. But possibly on Tuesday, we could do some Vintage Cube. I do like Vintage Cube. Alright, so Forest and Search for Tomorrows. Suspended. Pass the turn. You ever play a deck with Isochron Scepter? Can be pretty budget in the Jeskai colors. Ooh, yeah. I haven't, but I would. I think Isochron Scepter is a really sweet card. Search for Tomorrows. I just haven't really built a version of it that I was happy with yet. Ticking down. Do you think that the deep Bant deck you made is a possibility next rotation? So I think the biggest concern with that is the cards that rotate, specifically Elder Deep Fiend. Yeah, we definitely that's on the top of my list. The new Curse and Traumatize combo. We're going to get turn 3 Tron again. The never-ending curse of Tron. Alright. Well, cast Search for tomorrow. I know what's going to happen. Our opponent's going to get Tron. Our opponent's going to get Tron, and they're going to cast a Chalice on 3 to counter our Search for Tomorrows, and I'm going to cry. Oh, this is so... This is so bad. I think our one chance is we somehow survive this turn. And by survive, I mean we're not going to die, but we're not completely out of the game. And that we hit a Terastodon off Summoning Trap. Alright, Mind Stone's not super threatening. Walking Ballista X3. Alright. Alright, this is our chance. Come on, Vidoran. Come on. Take down the hated Tron. So we get to spin the wheel. Get to spin the wheel with Summoning Trap. See what we can see. No, we're not scooping. This is it. We get to spin the Summoning Trap wheel. Yeah, Walking Ballista X3 is not the worst thing that could have happened there. Ronus' Last Stand, I don't know what to make of that card. It's obviously a lot of power and toughness for its mana cost, but the drawback, I just don't know how, if a deck's going to find a way to work with that drawback. Would always play 4 Blood Moons and 4 Ghost Quarters. Yeah, that's why I do it. Alright, so we get a... That sounds exactly like the decks I do always play. Or like to play. Search for Tomorrows. Get some more lands. We draw a Wolf Run. Do we just... Yeah, I think we just main phase. Do it. Come on. Come on, Vidoran. Come on, Vidoran. Summoning Trap. Come on. Whiff. Well, good news, we put a lot of bad cards to the bottom of our deck. So we can rejoice in that. Vidoran! That's the one thing our deck's supposed to do, and it doesn't do it. Well, Storm Breath, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much a whiff because our opponent can just kill it with Walking Ballista, so I think that definitely counts as a whiff. We needed something that was going to, like, mess with Tron, or at least a Titan. Like, Inferno Titan kills Walking Ballista. Primeval Titan gets us to Storm Breath, or close to Storm Breath. Is this an Ulamog? Walking Ballista X5, which still can kill our Storm Breath. Opponent gets in. Yep. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Do something good to us one time. Zebra-Trog, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Well, we did put like 6 cards we don't want to draw on the bottom. So that increases our chances that we draw a real Magic card here. Come on. Come on, Vidoran. 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 We can cast anything short of our other Eldrazi. Including Arbor Elf. That is on the we can cast list. We had so many bad cards on top of our deck. Well, some of this is the problem that's just inherent in ramp decks, that you tend to draw the wrong half of your deck. And some of it is Vidoran in specific. Opponent, Eldrazi Temple. I think our opponent has more mana than we do. Really? Opponent adds 1,000,000 mana. I don't think I can do a Vintage Cube after this league. Maybe on Tuesday we can do a Vintage Cube stream, but I don't think I can do an entire Vintage Cube after finishing the league tonight. I think we gotta wrap up with a game or two of a match or two of Momir. Opponent gets in with the Walking Ballistas, but I do like Vintage Cube, so I am down with doing Vintage Cube at some point. Come on, Vidoran! Ooh. Well, okay. Does this do it? Does this keep us alive? So, Terastodon is big. We gotta not die to our opponent's creatures. So how do we go about winning here? We kill Tower. We kill... Would cascading into Ronus's Last Stand be good enough? Probably not. There's so many crazy things to cascade into that I'm not sure that just getting a 5/4 would be enough to make it worth it. And wouldn't you still have the drawback? Or no? I mean, because isn't the drawback part of the effect? So wouldn't you still not be able to untap your lands? Yeah, that's a question. I kind of want to kill 2 Tron pieces, but it's risky. Hitting your own lands means 7. Alright. Yeah, I guess... Oh, they're just going to play a tower. Whatever. Alright. Yep. I think you're right. I think we do have to hit 2 of our lands to not die. And this still leaves us with 6 mana, so we can still play any Titans we happen to draw. Pass the turn. So opponent's off Tron. Could modern Grixis Curse Tribal be a thing with the new curses and Amonkhet and Hour? It could be an against the odds thing, but as far as being a competitive thing, I think the curses are just too overcosted and not impactful enough. Oh, and they have all his dust after all that. Oh my goodness. Stitches! 8 months in a row! Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yikes. It is not getting better. Weber, 33, 6 months in a row. Am I going to Grand Prix Cleveland? I'll do Chaos Sealed with you. No, not going to be in Cleveland. But thank you for your subscription. I do got to make it to a GP at some point. Opponent passes. Inferno Titan? Well, Obstinate Baloth is a card we can cast. Wow, Tuanos! $50 for the beer I could buy in the draft we didn't do in LV. Plus all the work you put in. Cheers. Well, Tuanos, thank you so much. Oh man, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. How was Las Vegas, by the way? Was it an awesome time? How many of you went to Vegas? It sounds like... Am I saying the name wrong still? I think you once donated to me telling me the correct pronunciation of your name, and I'm still saying it wrong. Which is kind of embarrassing. Vegas was awesome. I went. I did. Yeah, about like a day into it, when I started seeing everything on Twitter, I started really regretting that I didn't go. Tuanos. Maybe I was pretty close then. Yes. Oh, Vegas. I gotta make it there at some point. What do you think of the blue-white control deck in Standard that uses Brain in the Jar to instant speed wipes and cheap counters? Dismember, okay. No. Something else? I mean, I think you could do it. I have no idea why it's called Vidoran. I do not know. That's what the deck's creator named it. Yeah, now I think we're drawn dead. I guess our draw that maybe lets us stay in the game is Inferno Titan or Summoning Trap. I think those are the 2 possibilities. And I don't even know if they do it, actually. Definitely not Sakura-Tribe Elder. And... whoo! Well, Vidoran. Yikes! So... classic 4-1, which I think is exactly what the most common prediction was heading into our league. And in all honesty, my prediction was somewhere around there as well. So, Vidoran, before we do Momir and all that other stuff, Vidoran, basically, it is just insanely inconsistent. There's already a ton of inconsistencies. There's already a ton of inconsistencies in ramp with just drawing the wrong half of your deck. So making ramp even more inconsistent by playing just this motley crew of finishers seems like a really risky idea and probably not ideal. So I think the things I took away from this, first off, never play 61 cards. That is not a wise idea. So don't play 61 cards. We never did anything with Quicksilver Amulet. Not that it couldn't do something someday, but I'm not even sure that that's necessarily worth it. So, I don't know. I would probably cut the amulets. I would definitely cut the tech edges. You gotta get down to 60 cards. I think the easiest cheat mode way to make this deck work is just to play 4 Blood Moons in the main deck. I think that really is the easiest way to do it, because the mana base is already set up to support it. So, and it's just such an easy way to gain so much time. So play all 4 Blood Moons in the main deck to shut down the opponent, get down to 60 cards, and the only question I really have is I don't know if this plan is, like, wise, but is it what makes Vidoran Vidoran? And we don't know what Vidoran is, so we don't know, but is the crazy bunch of random finishers what makes it good? Or what makes it what it is, I guess? Is that part of, like, a characteristic of the deck that we can't change? Because I think that the most competitive version would probably be something like 4 Inferno Titans, almost like a green-red Panza deck, essentially, would probably be the more powerful way of doing it. Along the same lines, instead of Summoning Trap, Through the Breach is basically just a strict upgrade. Outside of counter matchups where Summoning Trap actually has an upside. So there's just a lot of things that are less than the best version for Modern in the deck. So I think if you want to do it, look at like Panza, look at a Titan Breach deck. I think those are like the tier 1 builds of this. And if you want to play this, I don't think you try to improve it, apart from fixing the mana so you don't have the tech edge problem. If you have them playing Blood Moons, otherwise just treat it like a fun, casual Timmy deck and go from there, basically. And if you want to play a more competitive one, play Titan Breach, play Panza, something along those lines, rather than trying to upgrade this one. 3 a.m. at GP Vegas. Oh, sweet. That looks like y'all are having fun. Yes, I wish I didn't go. Or I wish I did go. So, anyway, that's Vidoran. So, good news is, we didn't get to play any Momir this week, so we do get to wrap up with some Momir tonight. We might even be able to get in 2 games of Momir. Not gonna start a cube draft, but we might do Vintage Cube on Tuesday if people are interested in it. We'll have to see. Traumatized combo needs suggestions. So let's pull up the Momir list. Who's on the Momir list today? Oops. So Scratched, the bests in.jpg AU, Niken, Nikori, Fearless Joe, Living Stony, Fried Lambs, Edek, Sealard, Sincoast, Nicole Bolas 1818, Paradoxical Whispers, Sicillary, Helicrination, Puffrick, Dark Puka, The Metal Michael. Anybody on the list, look into Momir. Jay Zoller can add you to the Momir list if you're not on it yet. I think that it's called Vidoran because it's for little kids, like the Vidoran Milk Pro. Oh, that makes sense. So if you want to get on the Momir list, Jay Zoller is the master of the list. So he's the easiest way to get on it. I've never added anyone. I probably should learn how to do that. So is anyone on the Momir list interested in playing some Momir? I'll pull up the Momir lay, so we're ready when we have a challenger. If we don't get a challenger, we will open it up a little bit more. Maybe Twanos, if Twanos is interested. I guess that makes sense, since there was a donation, but I want to give the first match to the top person on the Momir list if there is someone on the Momir list. I think I'm out of the chess buying game. That just never works for me. Or rarely works for me. Last time I think we got like $5 back out of $25. If no one from the list shows, do we go to overflow? If so, I'd be down. Yeah, so if you're on the overflow list, Assassin, then send me a challenge. Because I don't see anyone on the list actually speaking up. Actually, we got to do one more break, 30-second break, then we'll jump into Momir. So, if anyone on the list is here, this is your last 30-second chance to speak up. Otherwise, we're going to move down to overflow and so forth. Alright, we're back. So who do we got for Momir? Let me see. J.H. Portney. Mardu Nahiri. Oh, Mardu. Yeah, that's a good deck. I've seen lists like that put up results in tournaments. I like it. Build a fun, inspiring sun deck based on your mechanized production list. It's called Vidoran for I don't know. We never figured that out. Ooh, that looks fun. Get to make a bunch of clues, ramp into Approach of the Second Sun. I like it. Looks like a really fun deck to play. All right. So I guess let's open it up to anyone. So if you want to play Momir, first off, Twanos, if you want to play, send me a challenge and I will accept, because I definitely appreciate the donation. Or our other big donator today. If either one of you are interested, by all means, let me see if I can see who the other one is. Twanos and CD Leaf. So if either one of you want to play Momir, feel free to send me a challenge now. If not, we'll open it up. Alright, we got a challenger in Twanos. I think I can send you a challenge, Twanos. And challenge player. Do you have a Momir deck? That's the other requirement. Momir basic. Alright, challenge about to be sent, and we're about to kick off some Momir fun. Hopefully, I think I challenged the right person, hopefully. Did I do it wrong? Did I not challenge the right person? I challenged it right? No. Tuanos. Tuanos. That looks correct. Can I explain Momir? So Momir is a super random format where every turn you get to basically make a random creature that's a copy of a token. Oh, Tuanos doesn't have a deck? Ugh. Okay, sorry Tuanos. Oh, okay. Tuanos is preparing his deck, so we're almost there. It'll make more sense once you see it in action, Momir. It's kind of hard to explain without actually seeing it, I think. Because it's very unique. We went 1-4 with Vidoran, which, not ideal, but it's not a great deck. I did spell the name correctly. We're just waiting for the deck to be finished. I'll lose at Momir if we're on the overflow afterwards. Alright, Waywinder. Keep that in mind. If we get in a second match of Momir, then it'll probably be you. Momir makes random creatures that are copies of random tokens that are copies of creatures. Timothy 5613, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Oh, you guys are so funny in chat, and girls. With big scoops cheer for our new subscriber, Tuanos. Yeah, I got it. Thank you for the sub, Timothy. Oh wait. All right, let's see if this works. I will challenge you again. Let me see. It should automatically save if you have it built. The problem is you do have to have the Momir avatar. If you don't have the Momir avatar, then I don't think any of this is gonna work. We did not do super good tonight. We finished 1-4. So just put the avatar in your sideboard. And if the avatar's in the sideboard and you have 60 lands in your deck, it should be good to go. Vincent, 4 months in a row, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. We'll have to see. What do you think, Tanos? Is it gonna work? If not, we might have to do a different match. And then we could play at a point in the future. Blood Moon? Blood Moon Shadow? Huh? Oh, Blood Moon Shadow, okay. The downside I see of that is how you're going to crack your fetch lands and get your shock lands to shock yourself. So I think it can come down after Death Shadow if you can lose life first, but I think that's going to be a problem. All right. What do you think, Tanos? Is it gonna work, or should I move on to someone else for now, and we can play in the future? All right, I feel so bad. All right, I think Tanos got it. So one more. Let's give it one more shot. If not, we'll try a different player. So one more challenge. And challenging. And alright, on to Momir. We got there. Alright, it's Momir time. We didn't get to play any Momir Tuesday, so it's good that we get to get in some Momir tonight. And yeah, sand looks about right. We'll keep it. Opponent leads on a swamp. We'll swamp. Oh, what's the matter, Kishtar? Or Kurtash? That was way off. Well, I'm sure you get a chance to play me eventually. Everyone gets a turn. It might not be tonight, but everyone gets a turn. We have our first Momir creature of the night. Pygmy Hippo. Oh my god. When Pygmy Hippo attacks and isn't blocked, you may have defending player activate the mana abilities on each land he or she controls and empty his or her mana pool. And then Pygmy Hippo deals no damage. Beginning your next main phase, add an amount of colorless equal. Alright. So basically, he taps all our lands and adds 2 mana. Hey, thank you, Drake and Vulture. 8 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. That is a wordy card. Good old Pygmy Hippo. So I think what this is saying is if it attacks and isn't blocked, our opponent can force us to tap all of our lands, and then they get mana equal to the amount of mana that was emptied. So if we had untapped lands, we're just going to let this go. I think I'm understanding this right. So if we had untapped lands, our lands would get tapped, and then our opponent would get mana equal to the amount of mana that was tapped? How does that card even work? Add X where X is equal to the amount of mana that was emptied from defending. Well, if you knew this was going to attack, why wouldn't you just tap out all your lands? I guess it's a mana burn card that made sense back in the day when mana burn actually dealt damage. But under the current rules, if you're going to get hit by a Pygmy Hippo, you might as well just float all your mana on your beginning of combat step and it just does nothing. Yeah, so I think it has to be something that made a lot more sense. It is still, yeah, anti-counter attack. You can force your opponent to tap their lands and then combo off. Ooh, Nux. Savage Knuckleblade. This is a card that seemed like it was going to be good in Standard and just never quite made it. It was always, like, close and seemed so potentially powerful, but it never quite got there. 4/4 for 3, can give it +2/+2, can return to his hand, also give it haste. We get a Vesper Ghoul. Ooh, Mana Dork. All right. Well, we are off and running. Mana Dorks are about the best thing you can get in mana, even if you got to pay life to do it. Would it now be played in Teamer Energy? Probably not, because it doesn't make energy, and you already have Rogue Refiner and Tireless Tracker. So I think that it would be beaten out by those cards. We're just going to take our beats. I guess we are losing a lot of life, but if we can flip around this Handwear Militia Captain, it's going to be sweet. So the Swamp and Mountain thing does a couple of things. First, those are where the best abilities are on your creatures. If you look at a lot of the best activated abilities, usually involves those colors of mana. So that's one reason. Also avoids land walk abilities like Forest Walk and Island Walk. So those are the two big reasons. So usually I play Swamps and Mountains and only play the other lands if I have a specific reason to play them. Saddleback Lagak. When enters the battlefield, support 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to... Man, all those creatures are getting so big. We actually got to hit something pretty good here, because we're under a lot of pressure. The aggro plan... Huh? Why? Momir? If I click Momir, it doesn't let me tap my lands. That's odd. So I guess we gotta tap everything first. And then add... Huh. That's a very strange bug. Well, let's make a 5-drop. We will discard a Swamp. We need something that can block one of the 3/3s at least. Support's an interesting mechanic. We get Somberwald Spider. Basically a giant spider here. Pretty good with Morbid. Gets 2+1/+1 counters. See ya, Lana. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, that's not a bug that actually impacts the game. It's just odd that it wouldn't let us tap our lands. Usually it's easier to tap Momir first. Yeah, Saddleback Lagak it's just like a weirdly rhymey name that I like. Should trade off the captain. Oh, it's so close to flipping, though. I really don't want to trade it off. I think we just keep taking damage. We're like 2 turns away from it flipping. And we can block the Pygmy Hippo, take 5. I think that's fine. Once this flips, it gives us a chump blocker every turn, and it's going to just dominate the board. So I think it's worth taking damage here on the hope that we're able to flip our Handweir Militia Captain. Oh, yeah. Jeez. I knew that, too. I don't know why. I've never got a Handweir Militia Captain in Momir before, so I was really excited that it was gonna do something cool, but nope. That's not how Momir works. Reservoir Walker. Opponents get a lot of standard cards. Like a standard limited game over there. With a Pygmy Hippo thrown in. Alright, so we're off the Handweir Militia Captain plan. See, we can't tap our swamp! Momir. You're driving me crazy tonight, Momir. Alright, we'll tap our lands first if you insist. Make a 6-drop. Discard the plains. And we get... Come on. Oh, oh, Kamigawa. Oh my goodness, was Kamigawa bad. I hope we never return to Kamigawa. Look at these cards. The old 6-mana 2/2. Only in Kamigawa. This has to rank. Man, if Wedge isn't going to pick up the ball, I'm going to have to start ranking worse cards. Because when I see things like Crawling Filth, it just makes me want to rant about bad cards. So, in fairness, I don't hate Kamigawa. I'm not a... Oh, no. Marionette Master is super good. I'm not a Kamigawa hater, but it has a lot of really underpowered cards. It has some very good cards. Some of the equipment, Sensei's Divining Top. There's a handful of very good ones. But if you ever play Limited or something in Kamigawa, there's so many cards that you look at them and you're like, why does that cost 6 mana? Like, this card would cost... What would it cost today? I guess Soul Shift throws it off, but still, it's like so much mana for its size. I actually hope that with the new 2-set block thing, that we go back to Kamigawa... for 1 set. I think I would be happy with that. I don't really want to go back to Kamigawa for like 2 or 3 sets. I think that would be overkill. But I wouldn't mind going back for 1 set. Although Wizards will just end up banning the good cards, like Top. Alright, well, we're staying alive, just barely. We have to make sure we never kill an artifact or we die. That's right, we can't click Momir first. Alright, we might as well pay the life. I don't think it matters. Something that gains life would be helpful. Well, discard the island. And get a 7-mana Flesh Pulper Giant. Enters the battlefield, destroy a creature with 2 or less toughness. It could kill our 6-drop. Oh, man. We're going to choose no. Thankfully. Are we just dead? We're pretty close to dead. We got to do some major chumping. I brewed a deck on the Goldfish Discord. What do you think? Righteous Reckoning. Ooh. Spitmare and Boros Reckoner are such sweet cards. That looks really fun. Master Warcraft. So you can scred. I like it. Well, we're definitely just going to spider block this Reservoir Walker. Yeah. So block with spider, so we don't die. Yeah, we don't have any spirits to get back. There is a MTG Goldfish Discord. Well, we weren't just dead there. I know if our if our militia captain had just flipped like it was supposed to. Crowd favorites, 4/4, can tap creatures. Alright. Oh yeah, can't do it that way. I wonder what card is bugging Momir here. Maybe it's the Vesper Ghoul it doesn't like. I don't know. Something. Come on, we need Platinum Empyrean, I think. Platinum Empyrean would be super good. Map Kinsey Kinaz, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Meosian of Knight's Reach, not super good. Not even kinda good. Do you have any tips for being a better control player? I love playing control, but I'm not too good at it. I think the big thing about control, especially when you're learning or practicing, is to be way more patient than you even think you need to be. Penumbra Worm for our opponent. That's pretty big and tramply. So yeah, I think you just got to practice being super patient and wait a turn or two longer than you feel like you have to, rather than trying to do things too early. I think that's one of the biggest things. Because if you're playing a control deck, you are going to win the long game. You have the inevitability. You have the win if the game goes long against basically any deck you run into. It's very rare that you don't have the inevitability. So it's a matter of learning to be super patient and waiting and waiting and waiting until you really have the game in hand before you go for actually closing out the game. Because there's really no rush when you're the control deck. Alright, come on, 8 drops. Well, we're staying alive, just barely. At 1 life. 8 drop is where the big cards are. We could hit something that swings. Okay. Archetype of Endurance. Not getting better. This Penumbra Worm is an issue. Opponent passes. Oh, Momir. I'm still doing it. Still trying to Momir first. Well, let's make another 8 drop. Oh, okay. Well, that swings things in our favor. Somehow no one's hit a flyer this whole game. So now we have the only actual threat. Use your life total as a resource is another key aspect. You have to be able to take 7 from a Scrounger and Heart of Kirin so you can keep up. Yeah, that is a very good point. I think to me that also feels like being patient, but it is even more than that. You're right. That is a very good point. There are some things that if you're used to like racing and playing mid-range versus aggro, aggro versus aggro, those type of matchups, that is much less intuitive. Ooh, Godsire. Well, luckily it can attack. It gets a lot less intuitive if you're playing control, because you're definitely right that there's a lot of times. I mean, there's tons of things that people on YouTube ask about, and there are definitely tons of times where I make puns. But there are also tons of times where people think there are puns when they're not. And one of the common ones is when you take damage from creatures to leave up a removal spell or a counter spell to kind of protect yourself. It looks like you're taking unnecessary damage if you're, I guess, not familiar with playing control decks. But that's one of the things that you have to learn. If you're playing the similar removal spell in a mid-range versus mid-range or aggro versus aggro match, then you probably would not take the extra damage. We played Vidoran, which was not as exciting as the name suggests. We kind of got crushed. Well, we can just try to Stormtide in for victory. I think we'll start making 9-drops. Our opponent, I don't know, are they trying to get... I don't know what they're going for. They might be trying to get to 13 for Emrakul, but I don't think that works. I think we kill them before they get to 13 if they don't do anything. Opponent's making tokens. Yep. Can attack thanks to Stormtide. Well, yeah, let's make a 9. Might as well. Alright. There's nothing really bad that can happen at 9 mana. So it's pretty safe. 8 drops, you can hit things that are bad. Bringer. What does that do? Gets back a artifact? At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return an artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not good in Momir. The problem with Ulamog is you don't get the cast trigger because it's just a token that's put on the battlefield. And it can't attack because it doesn't have Island Walk. So I don't know if that plan actually works. Opponent. No! That actually... Oh no, we can... I think we lit... No! No, we gotta hit a flyer! It's just enough to trample over our Somberwall Sage. Tika's Dragon! Go to 9, get a Tika's Dragon! Oh, and it's lethal. Hiffa Blue. The deck was interesting, but it wasn't super competitive. We have a new subscriber, Psychologist. Actually, not new. 9 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our re-subscriber. So let's make a 9. We need... Actually, no. I think we gotta make an 8. I think we just make an 8. We have to hit a flyer or something that saves us from Tika's Dragon of all things, or we're just dead. As Strawberry Zeros, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Flyer? Distended Mindbender. Yikes, we're dead. Tika's Dragon, of all the cards to lose to. I've lost to a lot of random cards in Momir. Not sure I've ever lost to Tika's Dragon. 4/4 Flying Rampage. Down to 3. Opponent gets in. 4/5. And that's a game. That's true. If we had only blocked with Militia Captain. Good game, Twanos. Good game, good game. So, thank you so much for the donation, by the way. So, there was one other person. Who was the other person that said, Seth, if I really want to play you, I'm on the overflow list. Who is the overflow list person? Are you still here? I know we're getting near the end. We're getting to the point where it could go either way, but I think we can squeeze in one more Momir game. Kurtash, all right. Send Kurtash. Are you able to Momir? Also assassinate. I think Kurtash. I think it was Kurtash that I said that they could play. So, all right. Well, send Kurtash 25 magic. All right. Let's see. Send the challenge. All right. One more Momir to close things out. Also, let's see. Maybe I wonder. Can we do one game? Is that possible? Deck required. Momir. Skill level. Huh. Interesting. So there's not a way to just do a one-game match of Momir? Because that would help us churn through more players when a lot of people are wanting to play. Okay. What do you think of Living End right now? I think I got a big boost of power because of the Amonkhet cards, but I also think that it does scoop to a lot of graveyard hate still. So, it's always going to have that problem, but I think... So, upside, it's faster than it's ever been, I think, and scarier than it's ever been because of Horror of the Broken Lands and the ability to cycle to pump it and kill right away, which it never really had before. On the other hand, Dredge is still pretty popular, so everyone's still playing... So everyone's playing Graveyard Hate, so everyone's going to have sideboard cards for you. Yeah, I'll have to see. I'll have to look into it. I don't know if it really matters for right now, but in the future, if we have a time when a whole bunch of people... I don't really like one-game matches for real formats, but Momir... You never get mana screwed, which is probably the main reason I don't like one-game matches in other formats, because you have these weird non-games that just aren't really fun. But in Momir, that never happens, because you always draw lands. Gorthian Enchantress. Alright, not going to be doing much, but it has Shroud at least. The big problem with this list is people not being on when you play, so they sit on top of the list forever. Yeah, I think maybe we got to work a mechanism into that, Jay Zoller, because I feel like I've been reading the same names for months now. I think what happens is, what does this thing do? Hellbent Raider, 2/2 first strike haste, discard a card, gains pro white. All right, good old Torment. I think that what happens sometimes is on certain streams, especially like, I don't know, viewer battle streams or streams where we play a couple games of Momir, we have people that maybe just came to the stream for the first time and they're like, oh, I want to play Momir, that's a great idea, and they don't necessarily realize that it's not like they're getting on a list to play that night. It's at some point weeks in the future, and then they may or may not ever come back into the stream again or come in that often, so they just never actually are here when it happens. So maybe there's a way we can do it where, like, after a certain period of time, if you're never here, that you drop to the bottom or drop off and can be re-added if you ask. We can't block anything because everything has first strike. Opponent gets Domesticated Hydra. 4/4, or no, a 3/3 for 4. Monstrous is X and gains Trample. Our opponent's got the aggro draw and they're beating us down. This actually isn't good. Momir's working again, though, which is nice. 4-drop is Loxodon Convert, which is, I guess, something that trades with Domesticated Hydra and stops the Talon Sliver from attacking. I guess we could attack with Salamander to kill Talon Sliver. I don't know if that's worth it, though. If you're ever in the Seattle area, please hit me up. I think Leon TV and James Topples will vouch for me at this point. Yeah, I definitely will. I don't get to Seattle often. I'm not really a big traveler, but if I do, I definitely will look you up. And it is on my list to try to occasionally go to more events. After seeing how sweet Vegas ended up being, I definitely regretted not making more of an effort to go to it, because it seemed like everyone had Kiki Jiki. Hey. Yep. Not scary yet, but likely gonna be super scary in the future. And even now it's still kinda scary. Come on, Momir. Stone Spirit can't be blocked by creatures with flying. Well, that's a nice upside. What are we doing? I guess we can attack. When it attacks, have it deal 1 damage to each creature. Alright. Yes, we'll do that. That works. So we get to kill the Talon Sliver. Oh, Kiki Jiki. That probably wasn't the wisest of attacks. Yep. That Kiki Jiki is just absolutely going to wreck us. I think we got to be like the aggro to have any chance, because our opponent's going to keep getting progressively bigger creatures, and they're just going to be able to copy them with Kiki Jiki every turn. So I don't think we can win without getting in some crazy damage somehow. Opponent. Humble of Mortals. Creatures gain trample. So that gets copied and we take 1 billion. Yeah. We gotta hit something really good at 6 mana. Yep, Humbler of Mortals. With haste. Yeah, we just haven't got... We haven't hit very many good creatures, really. I guess, what crazy 6-drop could we hit that would solve all of our problems? I don't even know if there is a 6-drop that saves us. Maybe something like Worm Coil would be the best. Primetime is great, but I don't know if it saves us here. Because we're going to be at a really low life total. We're at 5. So we need to hit something really good to have a shot. 6 mana. At the beginning of each combat. Oh, okay. We can't really attack, though. Alright, well, pass the turn. This might keep us alive. Angelic Skirmisher is pretty good, because it gives us lifelink. That might be enough to swing this game. Opponent gets a 7. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put them back in any order. Oh. Well, we still might be okay. Kiki Jiki is still a huge problem. Yeah, add a Mission Angel. That one would be good. Or Royal Elemental. That's another one. Yeah, opponent gets a copy. See how they attack. We definitely give our stuff lifelink. Gotta go lifelink. Opponent. Attacks. Alright. So block there, block there, block there. I think this is fine-ish. I think we actually end up gaining a bit of life here. Up to 11. Alright. Still got the Kiki-Jiki problem, but we get to make a 7. Hopefully a non-phage. Ooh, the tide is turned. Hornet Queen is... Oh, man, that's the absolute nuts here. Alright, now I think we actually win somehow. That should not have happened. I think we need to gain the life more than first strike. Opponent gets Pale Wayfinder. I'm just so scared of our opponent hitting something huge and maybe flying and being able to Kiki-Jiki for the win. You could get the Vanguard cards back in the late 90s, I believe. I don't remember how they were given away exactly. It was some sort of like game store, almost like Standard Showdown type thing. Leagues, I believe, back in the day. Alright, well, things have turned. We will make an 8. We get... It does give itself vigilance as well, but we can't attack into this Fate Shaper. Ooh, Living Inferno's pretty good here too. Alright, now we'll just go Vigilance and we can get in with all of our Death Touch stuff. If our opponent wants to trade with an Insect or a Hornet Queen, that's fine. And then we can start sniping. Oh, man. Oh, we can't give a Death Touch. Well, it's still pretty sweet. Opponent makes a copy. So they get to eat something for free with the Fate Shaper. Hornet Queen. Yep. Kiki-Jiki's so insane. I think the Vanguard cards are worth something now. Mostly because they're pretty old and pretty rare. I don't remember exactly how much, but I know they do have value now. I think it depends on which ones you have, too. Ooh. Alright, non-land permanent. So, Amiri Shepherd, just another big flyer. Yeah, giving it lifelink is still good. On defense, I think we just go first strike every time. So hard to attack through Death Touch first strikers. Those insects. Yeah, we'll keep making 8s. Hopefully we don't hit something bad for us. Bounce. Ooh. Sphinx of the Steel Wind. I don't know if we even keep doing this. Let's go lifelink. And I think we're just going to kill Kiki-Jiki. Yeah, Sphinx of the Steel Wind's a good one. No. Not attack. Alright, yeah, we're just killing Kiki-Jiki. Gaining a bit of life. What's up, Dixie? How goes it tonight? SCG sells them. In fact, they were on sale recently with the other oversized cards. I always wanted to try to make oversized a format, but it's not very practical. I think it would be sweet, though, if you could get a tournament of people playing oversized cards. Alright, so they're not that valuable, really. I guess some are. Gix are. I think the expensive ones were like the 3rd series, and a lot less of them were given out. Opponent. Gets to kill one of our lands. We're still in super good shape here now, though. Yep, takes down our swamp. Yeah, we'll stick with first strike. Play an island. We'll go, I guess, lifelink again. And get in with Sphinx. I think between Sphinx and Living Inferno, we should make it really hard for our opponent to block without their board getting wrathed. Opponent blocks. One Merlee, Mr. Lee, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Opponent takes it. And I guess we shoot down a flyer. I guess it might as well be that one. Man, Living Inferno, we went from being almost dead to getting quite the setup. We hit a lot of good things in a row. I don't really want to make 7 drops, because 7 drops is where you can phage and die. So I think it's better just to go back up to 8 mana and start playing things again. We might actually just go up to 9 mana. Oh, our opponent's stuck at 7. Okay. No wonder things are not that great. Moldgraph Monstrosity. Well, we'll just keep getting first strike. We're playing Momir right now, the randomest format in Magic. Yeah, I think we actually just go to 9, so we don't have anything happen at 8 either. Anything bad. Go lifelink. Get in. And this time we'll shoot down the Angel pre-combat. And now we have a 2-turn clock. We're at 41. Our opponent, I don't even know what they can hit now at 7 mana. I don't know what outs there really are. Next turn we'll make a 7-drop. We gotta be sporting. Could hit a phage. Give the opponent one last chance. Those are the rules of Momir. Opponent gets a Vagrant Plowbeast. This, man, yeah. We just had so many good creatures. Skirmisher into Hornet Queen. Living Inferno and Sphinx is so good. Opponent goes attacking. And we're not even going to block. Sure. We'll take it. Down to 31. Alright, one last chance for the opponent. We're going to make a 7. Come on, no phage. As long as it's not phage, then we win. Alright, just a Gurmag Angler. Skirmisher. Choose. Attack. And I think we got there. Good game, Kurtash. Thanks for the match. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Well, and that's been our Momir. So we got in a couple games of Momir. What do you think? What do you think about the one-game Momir versus match of Momir? Is that better or worse as far as viewing experience? Because I think that's the most important thing. Good game, Kurtash. Thanks for playing. Oh, man. So, Vidoran. Not very good. But we talked a bit about upgrading and some things we could do. The videos do get uploaded. That actually brings us to our reminders. The MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the streams. So this stream goes up tomorrow. And we'll have all the old streams there as well. So you can always catch anything you've missed or catch up on old streams after... yeah, the setup time is a good point. So catch up on any of the old streams you've missed. Also, the normal YouTube channel Got daily spoiler videos featuring Hour of Devastation, Against the Odds, some super sweet Mucha Brews, and Budget Magics coming out next week. Really excited for both of those decks. So make sure to check those out as well. And of course, the merch page. That's where you can support the site by buying t-shirts or playmats and all that stuff. You can deck out in Momir. I think it has happened on our games. We've tried to mill people out and failed, but I think we have had people get milled out too. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. So I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight. So Hour of Devastation spoilers all this weekend. Commander Clash coming out tomorrow night. So I think that does it. So anyway, everyone, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks to everyone who donated and subscribed. Huge thank you to all of you. So we will be back on Tuesday, 7 p.m. with another stream. Not sure what we're playing. Might be Vintage Cube, might be Standard or Modern. I haven't decided a deck yet. So we'll be playing on Tuesday, though. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.